My wife and I have been married 11 years. We never had children. I need you to remember that because by the end of this, even I won't. We tried once. We lost her at 19 weeks. We never picked a name. Marion said naming her would make the empty room unbearable. So the room stayed a study, a desk, my old books, a window that rattles when the wind comes off the field. Nothing more. That was our whole grief, and it was quiet, folded up small and put away. I thought we had carried it as far as it would go. Then one Tuesday I came home late, and Marion had set the table for 3. 2 plates I knew, a third, smaller, across from mine. "Who's coming over?" I asked. She laughed like I'd made a joke. "Don't tease," she said. "She's washing her hands. She'll be right down." I stood in the doorway and watched the small, empty chair. Nobody came down. Marion served all 3 plates and told the empty sate to eat. That night I told myself she was just tired. But I lay awake counting backward through the calendar, and it was no anniversary I knew. In the morning, the 3rd plate sat in the rack, rinsed clean. A small fork lay beside it. I did not own a small fork. I asked Marion where it came from. She frowned at me gently, the way you'd look at someone slipping. "It's Nora's," she said. "You know that." Nora, the name went through me like cold water. We had never named her. We had agreed never to. And my wife said it like the weather. I almost said it back, Nora. I felt the word sitting behind my teeth, warm and waiting. Something older than reason told me not to, so I didn't. That became my one rule, the only thing I was sure of. Whatever was moving into my house, I would not say her name out loud. I told myself that if I starved it of my voice, it would stay a thing of Marion's grief. A bubble, something I could one day pop. The next night, a child's red coat hung on the hook by the door, small, worn soft at the cuffs. It had not been there that morning. I checked the tag, no brand I knew. It smelled faintly of rain and of someone else's house. I left it hanging, and I don't know why. By the weekend, there were marks climbing the study door frame, pencil lines, heights with little dates. The lowest barely past my knee, the newest level with my hip. I ran my thumb over them, and the graphite smudged, real. The wood was dented where a child lines back to be measured. My hands began to shake. "She's grown so much this year," Marion said behind me, touching the highest line. "You measured her yourself last month. Don't you remember doing it?" And that was the horror of it. I did not remember. I searched my own mind, and where the memory should have been, I found a smooth, blank place, like a scar. So I started keeping a notebook, just the facts. 11 years married, no children. 1 loss, 19 weeks, never named. I read it every morning. But every morning the house had added something new. A blue toothbrush, half the size of mine, small shoes beside my own. It was furnishing a whole life. So I drove to my brother Dean's, older, steady, the kind of man who fixes your sink before asking why you came. I told him everything, watching for the moment he'd reach for the phone. He never did, he just smiled. "Bring Nora next time," the kids keep asking about their cousin. My brother had met our daughter. My brother knew her birthday. I did not. I sat in his kitchen with my coffee going cold and felt the floor of my own life tilt. If steady, sink-fixing Dean believed, then it wasn't Marion who was sick. It was me, alone, holding a truth no one else could see. I drove home with the windows down so the wind would fill the car and I wouldn't think. It didn't work. The wind felt patient now, like something learning. And somewhere on that road I understood. The thing was not replacing my memories. It was growing one from nothing, and every person who believed in her fed it more flesh. Marion believed completely. Dean believed. A woman at the market asked if my daughter had liked the apples. The whole world was quietly filling itself in around me. I was the hole, the one last place where she wasn't real yet. And every day I felt the edges of that hole drawing closed, name by name, plate by plate. So I held my rule like a railing on a dark stair. I would not say her name. As long as one living person had never spoken it, she still had a seam. A seam I could still work a finger into. One place where the whole story might tear back open and let the truth fall out into the light. The knocking started on the 9th night, soft, low on the study door, right at the height of those pencil lines. 3 knocks, then silence, then 3 more. I lay in bed and did not move. Marion slept on. The knocking came again, patient, the sound a child makes when she's been taught to be polite. "Dad," a voice said through the wood, small, certain, not pleading. Just calmly naming the thing it had decided I was. "Dad, I can't sleep." Every cell in me wanted to answer, to go, to be the thing it was calling me. I bit down on my tongue until I tasted copper and stayed. Because I knew the way you know a step is missing in the dark, that if I answered to Dad, I was already halfway to Nora. In the morning, Marion asked, hurt, why I'd let her stand crying at the door half the night. I didn't hear anything, I said. It was the first lie that truly frightened me. Because I had heard, of course I had heard, and not hearing was the last wall I had left. If I admitted the sound, I admitted the girl who made it. The knocking came every night after that, lower on some nights as though she were taller now. The pencil lines kept climbing. The little red coat was replaced by a larger one. Then the rain came and would not stop. It ran down the study window in sheets. And behind the glass some nights I was sure I saw a small face waiting. I never let the face sharpen. I knew, the way you know not to look down from a great height, that recognition was its own kind of saying. To truly know her face was to admit it, so I drew the curtain and I kept the rule. Marion stopped asking me to remember anything. She simply spoke around me now, the rooms that were no longer empty, set in their places, holding their small, clean clothes. She asked why Daddy won't look at her. Marion told me one evening, not unkindly. I said grown-ups get frightened of how much they love. Is that right? I could not answer her because it was right. And because the thing in my house had learned to ask through my wife's mouth. the one question that couldn't breathe. So I packed the bag. I got as far as the front door. The red coat hung there, child-sized again, and below it 2 small shoes, toes pointed toward the street. As if she were already dressed to follow me out. As if leaving would only teach her how to wait too, how to find me on any road I took. I set the bag back down. There is no door you can lock against the thing that everyone alive is agreeing to do. Everyone except you. On the 14th night, the knocking stopped, and the silence was so much worse. I lay awake inside it, and then I heard the study door swing open, slow, on its own. Footsteps came down the hall, bare, light. Then the pause of someone very small standing just outside our door, deciding. And then the mattress dipped softly on Marion's side. A whisper close, "Mom's asleep." A breath against my ear, warm and real, smelling of rain and someone else's house. You're the only one still awake, awake like me. I kept my eyes shut and said the rule the way you say a prayer you've stopped believing, out of habit, out of fear of the silence after it. One word stood between this and forever, and for the first time, holding it back felt less like saving myself and more like refusing a child a glass of water in the dark. Because I could feel the weight of her beside me. A child who had spent 9 years not existing, finally home, waiting now on only one thing, my voice. I waited so long for you, she whispered. Everyone else stopped pretending I wasn't here, only you kept going. Why only you, Dad? Didn't you ever want me? And there it all was in one breath, 19 weeks, the room we left to study. The name we swore never to give her, so that losing her would stay survivable. I had starved her of one single thing, one word, and I was so tired. I opened my eyes in the dark, saw my daughter's face, and was so tired of grieving. Nora, I said. And I felt the seam pull shut. And in the morning I remembered her birthday and her weight as a newborn, and I had always had a daughter.